Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Beautiful people. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for inviting me, great people of Iska. It's a pleasure. I would like tonight, since the program is about refugees and I'm a refugee myself, I would like to talk about how someone become a refugee, what they go through my story. Let me play a video. Can you help me to play the video, please?
من در افغانستان دنیا آمدم. من حیث زن اجازه بلند کردن آوازم را نداشتم. مگر همیشه دخترم را تشویق میکردم که قوی باشد. تو میدانی؟ امکاناتی که نداشتم دوست داشتم دخترم داشته باشد.
I grew up in a country. Women are not allowed to play football. I wanted to prove that football is not only for men. I established the first Afghan women's national team.
Afghanistan Women's Football League has been formed since the fall of the Taliban.
And I was the first captain. I received so many death threats. I had to flee from Afghanistan because my life was in danger.
I choose football as a tool to stand for my right and to encourage other women to stand for their right and to raise their voice.
A whole country has tried to silence me, but you can still hear me, can't you?
Thank you so much. As you see in the video, football has played a major role in my life as a woman from a country that, as a human being, people are missing their basic rights. As a woman, you had to really fight hard. And sports, especially football, helped me to gain my voice, but also help my sisters in my country. Not in my country, but also be the voice and tell the stories of women around the world. Sports was a way for me as an activism. The foundation of football in Afghanistan was built together and stay united together with more girls and women, to be a strong voice, to stand for our right. Football was the tool. We never played football for the sake of the game, but for our right to stand and also to challenge the government, to challenge the system, the culture that was taking our right from us as a human being. We started playing football back in when the first time Taliban took over the country, started a campaign and movement. Many women and girls joined the movement. 2007, Afghanistan had the very first women's national team. First, we started as a fun of the game. We wanted to have fun. As many other girls, I didn't like to stay home. I didn't like cooking. I love eating food. I never liked to stay in the kitchen and make food. So I wanted to stay outside and be with my brothers and other boys in the street. But I was told that as I'm a girl, I have to stay home and I have to cook. And I have to do all the things that the society asked me. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. The society should not choose for me. I'm going to choose the lifestyle for myself. when we started playing football, we were attacked many times physically. And that was the time when I felt first time that a serious challenge in the society, in a country, that we have had no right to play or enjoy the fun of the game, which was football. And that changed to a mission for life, to make football, women's football, as a part of the culture, because we were told that football is not for women and it's not part of our culture. You're bringing shame to our country. And I said, okay, we will make culture, we will make history, and that's what we made. We made a history, we played, we made, established first women's national team in 2007. Afghanistan women's national team become quite well-known in public in Afghanistan, the well-known figures in Afghanistan, because they were activists. And they were talking about the challenges in Afghanistan. Everything was really going good. Everything was developing. We started like playing only few girls, very few girls. When we left Afghanistan, when I left Afghanistan back in 2011, we had many women starting playing football. August this year, August 2021, you have experienced or you have heard the news about Afghanistan, where the country collapsed and Taliban took over once again the country. Taliban, as you may know, are a group of strict religious people who don't see women as part of the population. And the human right has no meaning for them. In August, when Taliban took over the country, and I was living in Denmark, I'm still living in Denmark as a refugee, I started receiving phone calls, receiving messages, voices of our football players, the national team players, the youth players, desperately crying and asking for help. They were trapped, they were in the country, they didn't have any protection, they were by themselves. They were the ones who were fighting against Taliban, and the country collapsed, the government surrendered, they had no protection, and the enemy was outside of their door. And they were desperately asking for help. Sitting in Denmark, I was thinking, okay, how can I help them? How can I don't have the power to make a decision to send army to Afghanistan to save these people. I don't have the power, economic power, to get a charter in Afghanistan, to send a charter to get all those girls outside Afghanistan. I didn't know how to help them. I was living in a perfect, beautiful country. I always used my voice as a strong tool in my platform to stand for my right, but stand also for the right of the women in my country or anywhere. And always say that I am the voice for voiceless people. And that's one of the purposes in my life. I have one purpose in my life, and that is to be the voice for voiceless people, or for the people that their voices are taken from them. I started writing on my platform about how I feel and how scared I am about the girls in Afghanistan. Because they were activists, they were human rights defenders, they were using football as a platform. And the beautiful network and power of sports helped me to get the support for my girls back in Afghanistan, to help them to get them outside Afghanistan. Many people, organizations, individuals contacted me and said, "We are here, how can we help you?" And I said, I don't know how you can help me. You just need to get my girls out of Afghanistan. They're trapped. They're just out there. They're just by themselves. All I did in my life, I started women's football. I encouraged them to stand for your right, to be more visible, to be strong. And today, they're alone. And I'm telling them to burn down your jerseys, to burn down your uniforms, because now it's becoming a threat for you. Because you will be killed because of your activism, because you're standing for your right. And that was most painful for me, because all my life, I sacrificed everything. I did everything possible every day to make sure the development of women's football, participation of women in Afghanistan happened. And all of a sudden, all we achieved, I had to tell and make an announcement to my girls back in Afghanistan, say, burn down your jerseys, the jersey that I was so proud of wearing, representing my country, like seeing the badge on my chest, listening to the anthem of my country, seeing the beautiful flag of my country waving and representing my country was the most beautiful thing. And all of a sudden, I'm telling them to burn down because your life is in danger. We were so lucky that a great group formed outside Afghanistan. The organizations, the individuals came forward to help me to get the government's act quite fast. We managed to get, back in August, 140 people outside Afghanistan. That is football players and some of their family members. The toughest part for me was when I was guiding them, coaching them over phone, how to get out of their homes, go to the airport, guiding them what to do, how to stay low profile, knowing that their lives are in danger. And anytime they could be killed, they could be shot by Taliban, or they could be caught by Taliban. But the mission was very successful. It took them 3 days at the airport of Afghanistan. You may have seen the photos from the airport of Afghanistan, Kabul airport. They had to cross the crowd to make it happen. And after 3 nights trying to cross the crowd, they couldn't manage. At some point, I had to make a very tough call. And that call was, which I didn't want to make, I really avoided. And that call was to, we cannot be successful if you take your entire family with you. You have to make a decision to leave your families behind, because you have to leave the country as soon as possible. And every player had 10 family members, 5 family members. It was difficult for them to cross with their fathers, their brothers, was older. Making that call was so tough, because when I left my country and my life was in great danger, I couldn't manage to say goodbye to my family. I had to make a decision overnight. And I remember my brother and my grandfather, who kept telling me, when are you coming back? We didn't see you. When are you coming back? When we are going to meet? I knew that we will never meet. I lost my brother. He was shot dead by Taliban. I was in a refugee center. And I had a call one day before he was killed. And I was telling him, I will get the permission. We will meet in the third country. We'll have a lot of fun. I lost my grandfather. And I never managed to meet those people. So I had to make this call for these girls. And this is the life of a refugee, what they're going through. They never had the choice. The decision was never been like, we want to go be a refugee, but they were pushed to. We were pushed to become a refugee. We left everything behind. We left our families behind. We never managed to even say goodbye to the loved ones. We never thought of we'll come back and see them. So that's what the national team of Afghanistan did. They had to say goodbye to their families at the airport, knowing that maybe they will never manage to see them again. And now I'm happy that they managed to get to Australia. With the support of government of Australia, we got them there. They are refugees right now, but they are traumatized. They are missing their family members. They are by themselves. They miss their country. They were forced to leave their country. And the same, today I received a few minutes ago, I received good news. The second group of girls, the youth team, that I have been working with them to get them outside Afghanistan, first to Pakistan, and now with the support of the government of the UK, we managed to get 130 people to the UK. And this is a good news. And this time, and they are flying actually, they're right now in the air flying. It has been the toughest one. So difficult to sit in Denmark and really try hard to coordinate beside my full-time job, to coordinate everything. But I have been through, as a refugee, I know how it is, and I have been helping them. But they will be refugee in the UK. What we all need to support is to understand they have been through a lot. Like our participations, even one small step can make a difference in their life. Like just going on a visiting in a refugee center, playing a ball with them makes difference. Can change like a few hours in their life. Understanding them and being kind to them, that's what happens. It makes difference in their life. We never planned, it was not in my life plan to be a refugee, but I was forced to. Now I'm here, I'm sharing my story, but sharing many other stories of refugees, what they have been through and why they become refugee. We are not here in Europe to take the money from the European Committee or from the Europeans. We are here because we want to live, we want to experience freedom. There is a lot of negative news around, especially Europe, about refugees. There are many beautiful, positive stories like myself. Since I came in Denmark, I have been participating positively in the society to give back to the community, to build, to be part of the country, part of the society. And that's where we need to focus, to tell also the positive stories of people, how we make change and contribute positively to give back to the societies. I'm so sorry, my time is running. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.